once we kind of got them at the end, and a couple of guys coming in and helping and that it was just I felt like the team was totally different feel. And we had that one loss in Maryland at Maryland.
Yeah.
But we were right there, and I felt like we could have won it. And so it was kind of a feeling of like, we can beat anybody.
Yeah.
On any given night. So, if we tweak a few things, we can make a real run of it. And it was getting fun.
Mm-hmm.
You remember, that UNC game at Cameron.
Yeah.
For my senior night. I'd never seen anybody. Obviously, we were killing them, but I'd never seen anybody on the team have that much fun in my 4 years on any win. So it was just kind of like, all right, we're actually enjoying basketball again, and we're enjoying what we're doing. We're enjoying being part, playing with each other. So that was great.
Yeah, one of the things I remember was I felt like, and it's a credit to really the starting five with 3 seniors, 2 juniors, was like we were really good at preparation, and so if you gave us time to prepare for teams, then we had a pretty good chance of beating them, and I think that showed a lot in the tournament.
Agreed. I think that especially on defense, we worked a lot more as a unit, and everybody who came in, or even if we had different lineups, knew their role and knew that they didn't want to let the rest of the other four guys down on defense, because we kind of, just like I did, where it was like you're starting with one thing and then you're building upon that. I think our kind of lockdown defense was what we'd fall back on when we get pushed by other teams. It's like, all right, shots aren't going in. We're not getting the calls from the refs. Let's just lock it down. And then we'll get
we aren't scoring, y'all not scoring either.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we might not be able to put the ball in the basket right now, but we can.
You won't be either. Yeah. It was. That was almost. I felt like it shocked people because it didn't look. We weren't like the most athletic team. Yeah. We were shockingly, alarmingly unathletic. So, I think that shocked some people just how good we were on defense. But it's almost a bit of like how Virginia plays their defense, where it was real packed in. You weren't getting in the paint. And
everybody was anticipating what other people would be doing and relying on, look, to run a really good defense, you have to take risks. And so having, being able to take those risks, knowing that somebody would back you up, or that, their teammates would have your back and you wouldn't look like an idiot, or somebody wouldn't score, or, something wouldn't break down, was huge.
Yeah, for sure. Do you remember what your mindset was like going into that national championship game your senior year?
Well, after I did my sprints that morning.
Yeah, I was with you guys. I ran them too.
That I didn't think I was going to have to do that day. I was kind of like, you know what, I'm going to enjoy it. Look, that day I think was the longest of my life. The game was at 9 o'clock?
Yeah, super late, like 9:20 or something like that.
You'll walk through early in the morning and breakfast. You're not going to be able to take a nap. Everybody is texting you. You're about to be in front of the entire country. But it was a little surreal. I don't think you could fully appreciate the moment. I don't feel like you really knew how big of a deal it was. And, we were just kind of like, all right, yeah, it's national championship, but it's kind of like we've been going through this, just another game. To kind of try to approach it the same way. It's, try to shut yourself off and do the same things we've been doing.
Yeah. I remember after we beat West Virginia in the first game in the Final Four, and we went straight from the gym into film, and Wojo started breaking down Butler. And first thing he said was, "This is the best team we're going to play that we've played the whole season. And I was like, yeah, right.
It's
like, no
they
way.
just beat Kentucky, like, come on, man.
I was like,
I don't have to face Boogie. All right,
yeah. It was like, all right, who's this Gordon Hayward guy? But yeah, then getting into the game, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. Butler's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, look, just like us, didn't look that strong, didn't look that big, but you get up and you're playing against them, and it's a step. Oh, okay, all right, here we go.
Absolutely.
Yep, all right, pretty good.
yeah. I mean, they were similar, very similar to us, man. I mean, a couple guys who could score the ball, a couple guys, they're big man, similar to you, doing all the dirty work, taking charges, rebounding, and played really, really good defense. And I remember going into that game, a lot of the talk was it was, first team to 60 wins and first team to 61.
Yep. Yeah, well, I think that West Virginia game especially just kind of gave us a lot more confidence.
Yeah.
The Baylor game was obviously, I think, our biggest win.
I think looking back, team, that was the one.
Yeah, but that was a scary one.
Yeah, absolutely.
That could have gone either way, and I think that being able to come out and having survived that, and then beat West Virginia as much as we did, we kind of felt like we could win. Where I don't know if we felt like we could win the whole thing before that. I mean, and we still potentially had Kentucky to play against at that point. So it was kind of like, all right, well, we could beat West Virginia, but like we still got to face Kentucky in the final. So
I'm happy West Virginia beat Kentucky for sure, because I don't know if we'd have got that one. But I feel like every team that wins it has a game where it's like, I don't know about this one, and you kind of squeak it out, kind of get lucky. And for us, I feel like it was that Baylor game, the one that could have gone sideways, and you guys figured it out in that second half, and it was good game for us.
It was that one was like, we eked by, and when adversity hit us, we figured out a way to make it happen. It wasn't pretty.
No, it wasn't.
And I found out of that game, and I was like, oh man, this is the end of my career. I'm good. Glad everybody stepped up.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of crazy. Both national championship and then in the Elite Eight, we're playing in the other team's home state. Shoot, Butler was right down the street, and then Baylor's, a couple hours away from Houston. So I don't know who set that up, but they could have done it a little bit better, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I knew we weren't going to be the favorite anywhere we went, but wasn't ideal.
No. So you had one of the biggest defensive plays in the game with the contest on Gordon's fadeaway. Do you remember that play? You remember what you were thinking? Like, I just trying to get a hand up, just distract him a little bit as much as I can.
I mean, it was tough because we had kind of had broken defense the last couple times, and miscommunications with ball screens, and then they had dumped it off to Howard, and he got a easy layup, and so fortunately we pretty much knew that he was gonna shoot it. So but I had to balance kind of covering Howard a little bit in the paint, and didn't know how much I should be going out, and so wasn't really honestly planning anything, just was honestly trying not to be a liability on the ball screens. For me, it wasn't like I was putting my hand up in his face to like adjust his shot or anything like that. I'm just like, I'm here and I'm trying to do
just doing whatever I can. Okay, so I'm sure you've told this story before, but for the viewers and listeners, what was going on with the last free throw? Was it were you being told to make it? Were you being told to miss it?
I get the rebound at 3.6 seconds left, and my mind's kind of like blank. I was in the zone at that point, not really thinking about the moment, just kind of keeping going. And then I had 80 feet to walk to that free throw line, thinking about me with my 50% or 55% free throw percentage going to the line. And, just kind of assumed I, should make them both. And so made the first one, luckily. And, honestly, I was almost blacked out at that point where, John whispers to me and has to say something, my name a few times. And then I finally look over him real quick and he says, look at coach. And he whispers, miss it to me. And so, I'm just like, all right, I'm following everybody else. I'm following John. He knows more about basketball than I do, and Coach K, and good to go. And so it's not like I intentionally missed it before. So I'm glad I was kind of in the zone because you can really mess that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, just threw it up there and, then of course I had the instinct to go and try to get the rebound, and then I almost had to pull myself back from fouling him.
Yeah.
But luckily, I wasted a little bit more of the clock. But yeah, I mean, I just kind of following my teammates at that point, and coach, and I know it's been second guessed a ton of times, but I kind of had the feeling that we wouldn't win either. So it was the momentum was kind of shifting.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
for sure.
As I said, those last couple broken defensive plays where, last 4 minutes, we'd go up 4 or 6 and feel like we were going to pull away. And then they'd come right back and get a couple of easy buckets. And so it kind of felt like it, not sure if we had a more than 50% chance of winning.